Come on in, you guys. Welcome back to the show. This is the ARROYO Show. I'm Brandon Arroyo. If it's your first time here, please give it a thumbs up and a subscribe. And what a guest we have for you today. Our next guest is the star of Netflix's new coming-of-age teen movie, The F-It List. You've also seen him on Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionist, and we'll soon be seeing him in the reboot of Gossip Girl. Please welcome Eli Brown. How you doing today, brother?
I am doing good. It's 10 a.m. for me, so I'm going to be drinking my coffee while we move along in this thing.
Hey, drink away, brother. And what a mug we have there. What do we got going on? It's almost like a chalice.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I was on a road trip with my buddies, and we stopped to grab some coffee in Humboldt, I think. And I saw it, and I was just like, that's too cool to not get.
You know, we're in this time right now where there's, not as much production happening. Everybody's kind of quarantined in their home. What have you been doing to keep busy, man?
Been playing a lot of music, really. Reading, watching some movies. I haven't been watching a ton, actually. I should be watching more. Really just doing anything I can to keep my mind active.
We're just 4 years removed from you performing in local theater, and you've now led a Netflix movie. You've taken to acting alongside some of the biggest actors of our generation in Pretty Little Liars. When you look back at the last 2 or 3 years, what really stands out to you?
I mean, it was definitely a whirlwind. I moved down here right after high school. Overnight, got that job. I mean, not overnight, like as soon as I moved down here, but I was living here for about 5 months, and then that was my first audition, and I got it. So all of a sudden, my whole reality changed. Like I wasn't going back to school in the spring. Yeah, and then it was just like you're gonna go out on auditions, you're gonna find work and stuff, and it was a total switch up. So, but it's been super fun, and it keeps things fresh. I never know what I'm doing in 2 months down the road.
He is Eli Brown. He had quite the last couple of years. For those of you guys that are new to the channel, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe. We're so glad to have you guys all here with us today. So obviously, plenty of research coming into this interview, and we were able to talk with a couple of your former castmates from back in Eugene, Oregon. We spoke with Hannah Crow, who you worked with on The Death Trap and The Fox and the Fairway. This is her quote here. Eli was always a joy to work with. He was committed to giving his all to each production and clearly had fun doing so. He made everyone laugh, kept the ball rolling. What memories do you have from those early days on The Fox on the Fairway and Death Trap?
I remember that for a while I wouldn't do theater. I knew I wanted to act, but I wouldn't do theater, and I was just like, no, I'm just gonna, someday I'm gonna move to LA and I'm gonna do movies. That's all I'm gonna do. And everybody finally talked me into doing theater, and so I caved and started doing these plays and loved it. And that group, the theater group in high school, they were so tight and close and really eccentric and funny. So it was very cool to like kind of make myself a part of.
So The F-It List is on Netflix now. Eli's character Brett was the perfect student until one epic slip up. But what seemed to be a mistake may be the ultimate turning point for him in his journey. On Netflix now, Eli Brown on the line now. When you find out that you're going to be the main lead, the production, the entire thing revolves around your performance. And this was a first for you. Did you feel any pressure in that? And who do you go to for advice when you are in these new moments in your career?
I didn't feel that much pressure, honestly. I think before we started shooting, Dan and Michael took me to breakfast as producers, and Michael is the director, writer, he did everything. And they took me to breakfast and said, this is going to be really hard work. You're going to be working all day, every day of the shoot. Are you ready for this? And I was like, I don't know. I think so. But you just show up, and Michael was just, if I ever need anything, that's who I would go to. I would just go straight to the director and just ask him, like, am I doing this right? How is this working out? And he was so just welcoming and cool and down to earth. And it was a really it was a great first project to have, like that, where you're like, it was a great introduction to being the quote unquote leading man, you know?
Yeah, and it would have to be, I would imagine anyway, that it would be helpful to have so many other actors that are around sort of your age range and going through similar experiences, but also have a lot of experience. You know, you had a great cast here. We love Madison Eisman. Many of us grew up watching Karan Brar on Disney Channel. What was the vibe like on set with this group? Did you guys able to spend much time together, or what was the vibe like with everybody?
Yeah, everybody got along really well. Yeah, it was super fun. And, you know, Jerry O'Connell, of course, is a crack up, and Natalie Zaya as well. They were constantly riffing off each other, and we had King Batch there sometimes, and he's a crack up as well. So it was just, lighthearted and just kind of go with the flow. Super fun.
So a prank goes extremely wrong in this movie. Can you ever remember pulling a prank that you pulled that either went really wrong or went really well?
You know, I had another interview where I was expecting to get this question, and they actually didn't ask it. So I was sitting in my kitchen with my dad brainstorming. I was like, Dad, what did I ever do wrong? Like, what? Help me out here. Like, help me out. And I was really racking my brain. And the best I could come up with, man, was our senior prank at my high school was all the seniors slept in the parking lot on the last night of school.
Really?
Yeah, we all slept. There was like this awning. Not all of us. I mean, it wasn't like every single senior. There were some that didn't do it, but a lot of us slept out there. And it actually, you know, it went really well. It's like everybody showed up, everybody stayed. But other than that, man, I don't know. I was a good kid.
And you've said in previous interviews that you may not have put all of your attention into the homework, but you still had really good grades when you were in high school, or that's what you had said previously.
I did well enough, you know. I mean, I was no Brett Blackmore.
All right, so fans are anxiously awaiting HBO Max's reboot of Gossip Girl. We know you've been attached to that project, but not much more. Other than your sister was a fan of the original, you've also said that your sister was a Pretty Little Liars fan when she was growing up. So that begs the question, what other show is your sister a big fan of, since we can assume that might be your next big role that your sister was a fan of that you'd like to join in?
She loves Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
And The Office.
Oh, yes. All right, so as we begin to wind down the interview here, we have what's called the Final Five. They are the who, what, when, where, and how of what you have going on right now. The first question is, who do you speak with the most right now?
That's a good question. Probably my neighbor.
Okay, what do you use each day that is not your phone or your computer?
Guitar.
Guitar, there it is. Do we have a name for the guitar yet or no?
Well, there's about 15 lying around, so.
There you go. All right.
We won't go through all the names.
When did you know you wanted to pursue this full time?
Before I can remember.
It's just always been there, the passion for acting.
Yeah, I was telling somebody this. Who was I talking to about this? Yeah, my friend from elementary school found this photo of our fifth grade yearbook where all the fifth graders got like a graduation, whatever it is, quote. And mine was somewhere in there. It said, I want to be an actor.
That's amazing. And here you are today as an actor. There's not a lot of people that can say that. All right. Where is your dream vacation?
Literally anywhere right now. Anywhere that I can go right now. I don't care.
And finally, how do you define success?
I mean, it sounds corny, but happiness, truly. I mean, just being happy, being content with your reality.
But you know what? It's so true. And thank you so much for giving us some of your time today, Eli. We really appreciate it.